this video, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to learn how we can add these numbers using just a simple function or a simple formula. So when you look at these four numbers, they are in different columns. I have column B, I have column C, column D, column E, and column F. So to add these numbers, I can just use a simple formula which involves the use of lateral values. So I will select one of the cell, and that is cell F2. How do I get F2? I get F2 by reading the column F and row 2. That's the name of the cell. So after selecting the cell, I go ahead and type equal sign. After typing equal sign, then I'll get the first value, which is 23. And then I'll use the operator for addition, which is a plus. And then I go ahead and get the other value, which is 45, and then I put plus, then I get 67, then I put plus, then the last one is 890, 890. So after that, I press enter. So after that, I will be able to get the outcome or the result of the operation. So when I add 23 plus 25, I mean plus 45, plus 67 plus 890, I will get the answer as 1025. And you can see in the formula bar here, you can see that I have the formula available or displayed in the formula bar. But the problem with this one is that in case I change this, for example, I change 23 to 89, and then I press enter, you realize that the outcome does not change. Right now I have 1025. Even if I come, I change this value in this column, B, C, maybe to 90, I expect the result to what? To increase. I expect here the result should increase. But when I press enter, there's no change in the result. This is because when I was getting the result, I used the formula which only takes the lateral value. Now, for me to be able to get update in the outcome, I have to use what we call the cell reference. The cell reference will uh, pick the value in the cell so that every time you put a value in certain cell, still that cell reference will always update, will be notified that, hey, there's a certain change in the cell. So what I'm going to do, I can get another cell, I can pick another cell, and then I put equal sign. Then after putting equal sign, I will get the first value, which is B2. Then I'll use a plus, and then I get another value, which is C2. Then I can still use plus. Then I get another one. I say plus. Then I get another one. So after that, when I press enter, I will get this value. So in case I increase or I change the value of C2 maybe to 678, and then I press enter, right now you can see the outcome is 1136. What will be the outcome after I change the value? It's going to be 1724. So you can see there is a great change, or there's a change in the outcome. The change has come because I used what we call the cell reference. I use the cell reference. The cell reference is the cell identifier, or is the address of the value that you are trying to work on. So whenever you use a lateral value and you update at the later time the values or the numbers that you are working on, you will not get the outcome being updated. But when you use a cell reference, you can easily update your contents at a later time. So as a person who is having a plan of using Excel to do multiple calculation, I would encourage that you use cell reference. You use the cell reference whenever you want to do any operation. In case you have many numbers, you can use a function. A function in Excel takes four main arguments. The first one is the equal sign, which tells Excel that you're doing a calculation. The second one is the function name, and the third one is the parenthesis, that is the open bracket and close bracket, and then the fourth one is the parameters. Those are the arguments. So in this case, if we are to use a function, I'm going to use what we call the sum function. Sum function. So the sum function here will be, I will get one of the cell and then I will put equal sign. Then I will type the name of the function, which is sum. Then I will open the parenthesis and then I will put the argument. So in this case, the argument is going to be B2, comma, C2, comma, D2, comma, F2. So these are going to be the argument. Now in this bracket, what is inside is the argument. Sometimes we also call it parameters. Parameters. So we can see how this one is done. So by selecting one of the cell, maybe I can use this cell, and then I will go ahead and type equal sign. Then I will use the name of the function, which is sum. Whenever you put equal sign and you type the name of the function, Excel contains inbuilt function. This inbuilt function will be displayed whenever you type the name of the function. After putting equal sign, Excel will know that you are doing a calculation and it will go into its library and then will pick the function for the one that you're trying to get. So, and now, like when I type the sum, Excel will also tell me that this function will help me to add all the numbers in a range of cells. So I'll go ahead and open the bracket. After opening the bracket, which is the parenthesis, then I need to put what? The arguments. So in this case, the argument is B2. I'll start with B2. B2 is the cell reference, which is the cell that contains 89. So that one is called the cell reference. So I will put a comma. A comma is used in Microsoft Excel as a union, or it is used to combine different numbers whenever we are doing calculation. So after putting the first value, I put a comma, and then because I want to add or I want to combine with the other value, which is 678, so I will just go ahead and put C2. C2 is a cell reference for that, so it will obviously react that value. Then I'll put a comma, I get the other value. I put a comma, I get the other value. So after that, I'll close the bracket. After closing the bracket, ladies and gentlemen, now you can see my function is now fully developed. So from here, I can go ahead and press enter. The moment I press enter, you realize that I still get the same answer as I got when I just used the lateral value. So you can use any of the functions and formulas, but you need to pick which one will work for you best, the one with high advantages. So the one with higher advantages, of course, is the one that involves the use of cell reference, because if you have a lot of numbers and maybe you had made a mistake and you want to update, even the outcome will be updated. But when you use a lateral value, you cannot easily update your values. So for now, we're going to stop here. In the next video, we shall look at the other tricks that we can use in Microsoft Excel. Thank you very much.